Coke machine for real fishing. So I was out the other day on my own, pretty much like 2 o'clock in the afternoon, and I was fishing in this spot I like to call Keevan's Hill. Now, Keevan was a dude who used to live here a while ago, and even though I knew about this spot before, it's like it was one of his favorite spots to fish, so I just ended up calling it Keevan's Hill. It's one of the only features in the area here. It's a little reef that's maybe 100 yards offshore. It goes from about 8 feet down to about 12 feet. A lot of times I'll bounce my crankbaits off of it while I'm trolling over it. This time I went past it trolling, and something hit real hard. I'm like, what the heck was that? I lost it. Like, I lost it right away. So I came back to the spot maybe 30 minutes later, and I threw on a buckshot rattle spoon style lure that's made by Northern Tackle Supply. It's sort of like a buckshot rattle spoon clone. I got out my ice fishing rod because I just find a full length rod is a little cumbersome when you're just doing vertical jigging right underneath your boat. And the ice rod's nice and light, easy to get a jig going on. And you know, gave me another opportunity to test those sweet Masuda rods that I was given. So anyway, jigging away, enjoying my time on the lake as I do. And then all of a sudden, boom, fish on. And I start reeling in, and it's just pulling down. And I'm thinking to myself, I wonder what this is. And after you've caught enough fish over the years, you get a pretty good feel as to how certain fish are gonna behave when they're on the hook. Usually bass will shoot up, jump out of the water a bunch of times, and that's what makes them so exciting, right? Walleye, they'll give you a fight for the first 5 seconds, and then they'll come in like a wet sock. And pike, a lot of times, sometimes they'll give you the wet sock treatment until they're right at the side of your boat. Sometimes pike like to give you a good solid fight and then go wet sock and then save all their energy for thrashing around in your net. And that's something that happens often enough. But you get a pretty good feel for that as well. With sheep's head, they tend to fight as hard as a smallmouth bass, but they don't do the jumping. And I think right away I started to figure out, I'm like, this must be a sheepy. Because boy, they can sure give you a fight. I probably fought him for about 2 minutes of him just reefing on my ice fishing rod. And then he came up, he was maybe like, 3, maybe 4 pounds. He was a juicy fish, but not crazy juicy. Some of you guys may or may not know that sheep's head go by a variety of names, so I'm gonna list a few off for you. Some other names include drum, Russellfish, shepherd's pie, grinder, wussfish, gooble gobble, croaker, grunt, and my all-time favorite, gaspergoo.
Grunting, and he ran a big fighter.